Crown and Quill. My name is Lily Rebecca. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons down below so that you don't miss out on any of the new content. And make sure to stick around for the rest of this video to learn my 5 tips and tricks for acing your next job interview. Tip number 1 is that first impression matters, and to make the best first impression, I remember my 3 P's. Number 1 is punctual. It is so important to be on time for your interview. That is such a small thing that you can do to make sure that you shine as soon as you walk in. It shows that you're responsible, committed, and able to manage your time. And those are all things people want in an employee. The second P is pleasant. Now this one seems obvious, but sometimes if you get nervous going into an interview, it's very easy to slip into being very serious. Never forget that a smile goes a long way. Your interviewer is looking for someone who's enthusiastic, happy to be there, and friendly. They're looking for someone who would be a great addition to the workplace. So being pleasant when you go into your interview will get you a long way. The third P is for put together. Now this refers mostly to what you wear to your interview. It's important that you pick clothing that's appropriate and professional. If you're not 100% sure what you should be wearing to your interview, it's totally okay to ask what type of attire would be appreciated. And always make sure that whatever you choose to wear fits well and is clean and pressed. You want to make sure that nothing is too loose, too tight, and that regardless of what you choose to wear, you're looking polished and professional. Tip number 2 is to avoid cliche interview answers. Now we tend to fall into these kinds of answers when we get asked difficult questions like, tell us about a flaw that you have. That is a really common question in an interview. Now in the past we've been taught to answer that kind of question by putting a really positive spin on it and kind of making it sound like whatever flaw you have is really a positive thing. For example, some people will say, I work too hard. An interviewer will see through that answer. When you're interviewing for a job, they're not looking for this perfect person. They're looking for a real human being who's aware of their flaws and willing to work and improve on them. So it's important to do some self-reflection before you go into your interview so that you can answer questions like that honestly, but still put a positive spin on them. It's okay to admit that you have a flaw as long as you show that you're also willing to work to improve it. My third tip is to do your research. When you go into an interview, you're going to be asked why you chose to apply for that job. So it's really important to look into the company or business that you're hoping to work for. You can go on the website and look up things like their mission statement and information about the people who work there, the types of projects they're working on, what their values are, so you can speak to those things and how you would be able to contribute to the team. Showing that you know a little something about the company or business you're hoping to work for shows that you're truly engaged and interested in the job, and that will impress your interviewer. Tip number 4 is to ask questions. Most likely at the end of your interview, you'll be asked, do you have any questions for us? You always want to say yes and have a couple of questions ready to go. Some really easy ones are things like, what will my average workday look like and what kind of tasks and responsibilities will I have? Not only will that continue the conversation and let your interviewer get to know you just a little bit better, it will also help you be able to make a decision about whether you want to accept that job if it's offered. It's important that during an interview, you're also assessing whether that job is a good fit for you, just like your interviewer is assessing whether you're a good fit for the business or company. My final tip is to follow up after your interview. It's always great to send a message to whoever interviewed you, thanking them for their time. For example, you could send an email saying, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interview today. I really enjoyed speaking with you. If you have any other questions or concerns, or if there's any more information I could provide for you, please feel free to reach out. Sending a message like that will keep you in the forefront of the interviewer's mind, especially if they're interviewing multiple people for the job that you want. It will help you stand out and also remind the interviewer that you are truly interested in the job and would likely accept the position if it was offered. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, make sure you leave a comment below. Also, if you feel like you could use a little bit of extra help with your interview, please feel free to email me to schedule a one-on-one interview coaching session. I would love to work with you. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.